Hello again, my name is Gabe Zolna. This is the 16th of June, 2018. A little bit of One American News Network. And they were talking about the Stephen Paddock, the Las Vegas shooting. And I actually learned a few additional interesting details. And they also reinforced a couple of comments and points that I had made. They said it didn't make any sense as to the location of those two windows being so far apart when he could have had the same vantage point by breaking out the windows right at the corner, which is what I've said in a number of videos that I put up in numerous postings. And I also said it was strange when we saw his body and there was a AR-10 or an AR-15 over his left leg. And that couldn't be. I mean, what they theorized is that he was holding the weapon in his left hand when he shot himself and he dropped the AR. The problem is he's a left-handed person. And if he was a left-handed person, he wouldn't shoot himself with a pistol with his right hand. And what was interesting is he got shot through his teeth. He didn't get shot with the gun in his mouth. He got shot through his teeth. In other words, he got shot in his face by someone else. They theorized that there was someone else in the room. They found a pair of gloves. Stephen Paddock was wearing a pair of gloves, but there was another pair of gloves in the other room. And he couldn't have put them there because that door was locked. So folks, I mean, come on. I think Stephen Paddock was a patsy. There's a lot of those around, aren't there? Nicholas Cruz is a patsy. As is, well, is Andrew McCabe a patsy? I believe so. Peter Strokes is also a patsy. They create their own scenarios. What I think happened was Stephen Paddock was set up. He might have been involved in a gun running deal. That's possible. But he wasn't alone. They also talked about meal receipts. On two separate occasions at that hotel room, Stephen Paddock ordered 2 complete entrees. Again, on 2 separate occasions. So, was he hungry? I don't think so. I don't think hotels don't serve you sufficient to satisfy you for an entree. But he ordered 2 separate entrees on 2 separate occasions. You have to be, pardon the expression, brain dead to think as to what they said actually happened. And then you got the Las Vegas sheriff who looked like he was terrified of that FBI agent who kept staring at him when he was doing his press conferences. There's no question. That was a hit, and it wasn't just done by Stephen Paddock. He couldn't have done it by himself. He couldn't be running back and forth. Those 2 windows are 55 feet apart. It makes no sense. None. That's one of those little screw-ups that they do on occasion. Again, those 2 windows should have been broken out right by the angle. He would have the exact same shooting position. But I don't think that he did it. And if he did do it, he wasn't alone. Can you imagine shooting yourself through your teeth? I mean, you're not going to hold the gun here and go bang, you know. You're doing road, right? Yeah, he was murdered. And they placed that AR-15 over his left leg. I also talked about the gun itself. The gun itself was about 5-6 feet from his head. How could that be? If he shot himself like this, he would drop like that. The gun would go forward, not behind him. Just a small detail that I picked up on.